Okay, so you guys are, at least the three of you, are heading over to the tower now. What about everybody else?
Calvin's waiting at the beach. He doesn't want to get wet again.
It's probably safe.
I'll stay with Caliban on that one.
Okay.
I want to talk Silver Straw. Oh wait, are they with us?
I'm staying
No,
with
they're
Caliban.
staying. Yeah, they're both the clerics are staying on the dock side, not going to the tower. Zach, yeah.
Yeah.
We're only putting the chicken in today, right, guys?
I mean, three of them already left, so can't really talk about it now.
Guys.
We do split the party quite a bit.
Zir, what about you? Where are you?
I got the chicken and I'm on my way to the tower.
Okay. Tor.
Yeah, I'm going to the tower as well, yeah.
Okay. Schrodinger's cat, murder hobo's chicken.
Yeah, I'm just like, I got the chicken. I'm here for the sex thing.
So you guys are heading over with just clerics staying behind, which is awesome that you guys are leaving your healers behind. That's fantastic planning.
Hey, I'm a healer.
I mean, yeah, okay, technically you're right. So you guys all head over to the tower, and sure enough, the tower is just as you left it. The door has been closed. And who is opening the door and actually going in? Zach, yeah.
Oh, me and Gadry totally got this.
I'm gonna ask if anyone actually closed the door.
That's a good question.
I mean,
Because
I'm
I know for sure that I
know.
didn't.
I guess it would have been Paul,
I never
right?
looked back.
You guys are at the door of this tower. It is in fact closed. Are you guys opening it to put the chicken inside as you planned?
I would go in with the chicken.
Okay. As the door opens this time, obviously it opens a lot easier. There are still bloodstains on the ground and on the far side of the wall, but only now, so that the blood has stopped dripping, do you actually kind of hear the sound of like a shink, 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 and it's very, very faint. And you realize that it was like almost in sync with the sound of the dripping blood last night. And so now you're actually able to hear it a little bit more clearly, but it's still very, very faint and coming from pretty far up above you.
I think they're having a party up there.
It sounds like metal grinding on metal, or perhaps like metal grinding on stone. You're not entirely sure.
A robot party.
It even sounds slightly, vaguely reminiscent of the sound of that retracting blade from earlier that came unnervingly close to Tor's ankles.
So you want to skip the scares this time and go straight up fight?
I'm
Just
in.
here for
Sweet.
the chicken.
Maybe you should take the chicken to the top of the tower.
Gadri, yeah.
On a serious note, I do say maybe we inspect the tower as far as we can and still until it starts going invisible again. And if it does, then we leave the chicken.
That's a good call. I'm
I
gonna do the
agree.
same thing as last time, where I stand by the door with the door open.
Okay.
Whoever's like going up, who seems to be like they wanna move forward and up.
Gadry and I was just gonna fly Gadry and I up there.
While they're
Okay.
doing that, I'm just gonna run up to where the feet were left.
Actually, when you go up, I'm gonna be like, here, take this, and I plop some like little rocket boosters on your feet as I cast expeditious retreat on you.
Okay, hold up. We're gonna quickly ask Gadri here what he wants to say.
I was gonna actually test to the Coca-Cola bird. Maybe you should get our friends for the rest of the party if we're gonna explore. You seem like you can move quick.
True. I could go out and grab him, yeah. So I'll drop Gadry off on the ground safely. And very, very gingerly, because I think it's just a bearded baby, I'm like, "Here you go." And I go fly out.
And on that note,
Try and grab the other ones.
Sylvie and Caliban, you guys actually can see them kind of
Oh,
pretty.
I'm an idiot. I can't cast expedition. Sorry, I can't cast it on you.
Gadri, Sylvie and Caliban, you guys can see them from where you are on the shoreline, and it's kind of see further out into the bay that several of them have actually gone into the tower, and now the Aarakocra is actually coming back toward you and flying over. The sea isn't nearly as rough as it was last night, and you actually are noticing that the level of transparency that you're seeing from the bridge and the tower is probably at like a 95% area where like you could just almost barely see through it, and it's almost entirely solidified.
Interesting. Probably wait until the Aarakocra came back.
Okay, so give or take about a minute, and the Aarakocra is now there. Brick, really fast, yeah.
I'll be progressing up the tower then. When I get to where the foot was, I'm going to stand roughly a foot back from where the Goliath was standing so I won't get hit. I'm going to drop a copper piece on the step that the blade came out of.
Okay.
And if that doesn't trigger, I'm going to keep tossing copper until it triggers.
Oh yeah, the moment that the copper piece even touches it, like it barely has enough time to actually even touch the step, and
Yep.
that like scythe blade has already popped out
As soon
almost
as it
faster
pops
than
out,
you can
I'm
actually
gonna
track with your
jump
eyes.
up the steps.
Okay, so like yeah, and you notice that it retracts actually very, very slowly. It probably takes like a good 25-30 seconds to actually retract all the way back
As
in.
it's retracting, I'm going to grab that copper as well.
Okay. Hey,
Leave
he
no man
listen.
behind.
Listen, he doesn't become
Boy.
rich by spending money, by like throwing money away, right?
Hey man, no one's around. No one can see me pick
Sure.
up that copper. Okay?
Yeah, no one knows you're a cheap bastard. It's fine. So yeah, so so Craw, you've had a chance to actually go out and let the clerics know what's going on. And everybody else, what are you guys doing at the bottom of the tower? Are you following Brick's lead and going up, or are you staying down and waiting for your the rest of your team to arrive?
I'm
Gadri
staying
likes up.
down.
He'll go up.
Okay.
I'll hold the door open.
I'm holding the door open too.
I'll go up the
Okay.
stairs.
All right.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my javelins. I'm gonna do what the Goliath is doing, but I'm gonna extend it as far as possible and tap each step as I'm going up. I'm gonna try to progress as fast as possible doing that. Like doing.
I would say that if a javelin's a normal like 5-foot-ish distance, I would say you're able to tap like 4 to 5 steps in front of you pretty easily.
Yep.
So at this point, I'll say that you can probably get like probably about 20 feet up. So you are at the point of the stairs that is almost directly above where the door was below you. So you can kind of figure it takes roughly about 20 feet to do a full rotation on the stairs.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep doing that until I hit some trap.
Okay. So, Brick is going up. Sorry, who else was going up?
Gadri.
Gadri and Tor. Cool. So you guys follow up along with him. I assume you guys now know which step is booby-trapped and do something akin to what Brick did to force this mechanism into place and then just kind of skip over it.
Gadri knows the boobies.
Gadri's a man of import. Does Gadri also have like a leather-bound portfolio that he carries with him as a man of import.
The only girl he's gonna be sketching is Sylvie.
Yeah.
There you go. Brick, yeah.
How far is the gap in the middle between the stairs, by the way?
There's almost no gap. The stairs
so
are layered basically like this, like they're very
20
close to
feet
each other.
drop. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's no railing or anything. It's just like each stair is roughly about 5 feet of just like a metal board, and then there's no railing. It's just straight drop down.
Okay, so
Tor, yeah.
So I could. No, sorry.
I'll go ahead.
So I could potentially jump to the other one down below, take the damage from falling, and get down 20 feet instantly.
It would not be advisable, but yes, you could.
Okay. So it'd hurt a lot, but I'd
It-
get down.
Yeah. The fall damage is 1d6 for every 10 feet.
Go 10 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
So take 2d6, which could almost one-shot me.
It's potentially
Like
either a
landing
lot
on
or like
staircase.
nothing. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of variation in that. Tor, go ahead.
Can we see like a top, or is it just go on and on when we look up?
It definitely does go up very high. That is for sure. But you definitely can see that somewhere up top there is in fact a ceiling. It might be like 120 feet up, but there is a ceiling up there, and you're actually noticing that there's a very faint blue light. So the ceiling is covering most of the top area, and then where the stairs go up, there's probably like a good 10-foot area that you can kind of go up the stairs, and most of the blue light is coming from that opening where you would go up to where the top is. Presumably, if there was a lighthouse, there would be, that beacon light up there at the top.
Okay.
Is it safe to assume that I'm back with the two clerics?
I think so, yeah. I wouldn't have taken you guys very long to get back. However, you do notice that the area outside has already started turning translucent, and it's probably at about 70% opacity at this point. Already you were starting to notice that sorry, not to cut you off.
It's not fine at all.
Hold on. So you're actually noticing that outside has already started to transition a little bit. The sea outside has gone from that like beautiful dark bluish hue, and it almost looks as if there is a starry sky somewhere buried in the water. And it looks as if the stone of the outside of the doorway has also begun to transition to like a translucence as well. Sorry, now go ahead. Zach, you were saying before I cut you off.
Yeah, I would just warn the group that it's starting to turn translucent again.
Okay. Brick, go ahead.
As soon as I hear it starts to go like translucent, I'm just gonna go back to that step, drop a coin. I'm gonna see if I can stab a javelin behind it.
You can't stab it into the step because it's metal, but you might be able to
behind the mechanism,
Okay,
so that it can't retract.
like wedge it in there into the actual
Yeah.
space. Gotcha. Yeah, you could do that without any kind of check. That's easy.
Okay.
You have more than enough time to wedge something in there. I mean, the space is so small, you probably could use that exact same copper piece to just kind of wedge in there and stop it from moving.
Oh, I'll do that then.
Probably be cheaper than using a whole javelin.
Yeah, that's a lot of money just for wedges
Yeah,
to
exactly.
save one trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to grab Gadry and just like beeline straight up to that tower, because I think there might be a way we could turn it off, whatever this thing is, and then we could keep it from transitioning completely.
And I don't want to leave the chicken by themselves.
I'm literally just thinking of the Eric Cochran looking at Gadget going, "Let's go, baby!"
Literally, that's what it is.
Yes.
It's like, come here, baby! On my back.
baby. I'm
Wait, so
totally
you guys
down.
go up and down.
With consent, of course, because that's
Yep,
important.
I'm going up. I'm in. Cool. Gadry likes that.
For those of you still at the bottom who are waiting for the clerics to arrive, they have arrived. Obviously, the tower is already starting to transition. What are you guys doing with this, or are you just deciding to follow Brick up the stairs? Well, Brick, Tor, Brick and Tor upstairs, and obviously, Craw and the baby have began flying basically straight up.
Calvin will have the door for sure.
Hello.
Seems
Stay at the
unsure.
bottom.
So before I get to Craw and what Gadgery see, I want to ask what the rest of you guys are doing before we do that.
Zia throws the chicken into the tower. It's like, stay here, Bertruda. You'll be fine. See you tomorrow evening.
Can I stand outside the tower and hold the door open with a javelin?
Yeah, you could.
Yep, I'm gonna do that and see what happens to the ground that I'm standing on.
Okay. So you're just kind of gonna watch it fade away, basically.
Yep.
Okay. Tor, what about you? Are you still heading up, or have you come back down?
No, I guess I'll follow the group back down to the,
Okay.
to the door.
Okay. Zach is staying in the doorway, you said?
I was, but seeing Brick hold the door open, I would just go across the bridge now.
Okay. In that case, that being that Zach is the first one to basically just bail and start heading out back to safety. Caliban, are you staying as well? Or are you following Zach's example?
Can we wait a little bit until people came back?
Okay.
I'm
Sylvie.
out after I throw the chicken.
Okay. Sylvie, what about you?
Well, it looks like everyone's coming down, so I guess I'll stay downstairs
Okay.
at the door.
Well, I mean, you're staying at the door. Zach has already left and began heading back to safety. Tora started coming back down. Brick, I think, has already come back down. Right now, the only ones who are actually in the tower are Gadry and Craw.
Yeah, I'll just stay with everyone, the majority of people.
Okay. Inside or outside the tower? Sorry.
Outside?
Okay. Zach?
I shout back as I'm leaving, make sure the door stays open this time. We'll check if it... Actually, there's a chicken. Close the door, close the door.
Just
I'm
giving you a
gonna-
heads up.
I'm gonna keep the door open and stop the chicken from coming out. I'm gonna see what happens to the ground that I'm standing on because I'm not inside the tower, so I should be fine.
So you close the door.
No, I keep the door open
Oh, okay.
Everyone is out, I guess.
with a javelin.
So at this
So I'm
point,
not touching the door.
all of you guys who are on the outside of the tower are now looking at the ground beneath you, the seawall just outside this little like walkway area, and the bridge are roughly at about 40% opacity. You can now see clearly through them, and it's only like a little bit of actual texturing and color to everything that's here. Okay.
Guys, it's getting
Craw.
bad.
Craw and Gadry, you see that everybody has left down. Are you guys going to continue going up, or are you going to change your mind?
Well,
I'm in the middle of the bird.
yeah, I'm going up. I'm taking a chance here. Why not? Go big or go home.
Do it.
Plus, like if they close the door and there's a chicken there, we got rations for a day. So hey,
And you're also a chicken. So
You're
it's all
not
good.
wrong.
yeah, cannibalism isn't anything against my culture. It's fine.
Oh god, guys. All right. So then you guys begin heading up. So you've just passed the 20-foot mark where you've seen the dead guard or the dead guy the 10 feet over. And you're now heading further up. The sound of rushing wind as you're flying masks the sound of like that shink, shink, shink. That's become like almost like a metronome, like it's exact same interval of time that's between these sounds. How high do you plan to go with this? All the way to the top?
We're going all the way. Yeah, for sure.
Not gonna make a sexual innuendo. I feel like that's been overdone at this point.
Saying that you won't is it.
Listen,
If
I'll
color-
I'll leave that that particular innuendo for the other part of the internet that we're not on right now. So, as you guys climb higher and higher, just going directly up the middle, the area's kind of passing by you, and you pass on one side. You're not entirely sure which side it is. Kind of a large, deep alcove that recedes very far into the wall. Much farther than it should, actually. Considering these walls should only be maybe like a foot thick at most, this alcove recedes maybe 15, 20 feet into the wall, which should not exist. But it goes far enough back that it's dark. It is very dark back there. And you're only able to see like the vague, like roughly a vague, like 10-foot tall, human-esque type outline, but not really much else. Are you just going to skip past it and keep going higher?
It's a ghost. Run!
I'd say hello. Maybe they have some information.
Okay, sure. Let's take a little minor detour. Why not? We got all the time in the world.
The alcove
Hey,
actually, it looks like the steps have come up to like the landing, and there's like a, almost like an oval, like a half oval shaped landing that's roughly about 10 feet wide, and then the steps continue on the other side going higher.
Okay. I can land on the alcove. That seems like a big enough spot for me to.
Oh yeah, it's more than
Yeah.
big enough.
Let's do that then.
Okay, so you're still holding Gadri in your hands, right?
On my
Yeah.
shoulders.
Oh, on your
Oh,
shoulders.
right.
Oh, you're on my back. Okay, yeah. So I gingerly take bearded baby off my shoulders and set him down in front of me.
Wait, have you actually just shoved Gadri into your backpack?
Pretty much.
It's like my own little saddle.
I was gonna say at this point you'd like need to get a saddle for Gadri. Holy crap!
That'd be
It's
awesome.
fine. It's got those like two straps on either side that clip into the back, so that's kind of like a seat belt. It's fine.
So, so you land on this like landing area that's there, aptly named now, and you're planning to go and like look inside of what's here. It probably goes about 15, 20 feet back. You're not entirely sure. We established that Craw does not have dark vision, but Gadri does, being a gnome, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Cool. Gadri, then you'd be the one to realize maybe like mere seconds, maybe like mere milliseconds before Craw touched the ground, that actually what this like 10-foot tall object looks like a statue of some sort. In fact, it kind of looks like a large, almost like a casket, which you're not entirely sure of until the moment that Craw lands. Craw, you're the one that actually feels it, but as you land, your foot sinks in maybe half a centimeter deeper than it should.
Oh no.
You hear the sound of stone on stone, and then in like a 3-second period, whatever the statue was about 20 feet out has just moved the entire distance, almost as if it were like on a slingshot, coming directly at you, because you guys still have not learned your lesson about pressure plates. So it's come all the way towards you at a neck breaking speed. And as it comes out, you realize that the statue has what looks like it looks like a blackened skeleton, except the arm, the chest area of it is literally just like a bunch of like 6 or 8 hands that have come over this way around it, creating almost like an impromptu rib cage. And as it's coming forward, all of these arms have been spread out almost like a large spider. And what you see inside looks as if it's a corpse that's stuck on the inside and has been impaled from the inside at different angles and is now like stuck on the inside of it. And you guys could easily see these large like ebony spikes poking through the back of like this half-elven person's skull, and more of them sticking through the body from one side out the back. And as it comes, it just smacks right into you. And the arms attempt to like close, but as they close, because you can't be inside of it, the arms basically like smack onto you on the side, and you're basically just like flung backwards. I need you both to make dexterity saves. Gadry's, yours is going to be a little bit harder because you were on Craw's back. Craw,
Oh, jeez.
well, then, okay.
I'm still nimble.
Apparently.
Actually, both of you guys did really well on that. Wow. Congratulations on not dying. This is great.
Put so much work into this character. Of course I'm gonna make him dexterous.
So you manage to like fly back as this thing hits you. Craw, you're still gonna take a little bit of damage, but not nearly as much as you would have had you failed this save. But still, it's enough that the bits and of like jagged jagged spikes protruding from the back of this man's body kind of punch right into you, but you are nimble enough that most of the force of this is hit onto your whatever like armor or leather armor you're wearing.
Yeah.
And so you only take like 2 points of bludgeoning damage from this as you're flung backwards and manage to easily catch yourself with your wings. Now, Gadry, as you are flung basically like out of the backpack, you manage to like reach out and like grab the backpack as quickly as you can, hanging from like the handle of it, and manage to hold on to this bird creature for dear life. But you can now see that as the thing has come all the way out, very obviously the force of it coming out has caused the hand to come back and grab onto this person. And as it is basically hugging onto this corpse on the inside of it, you realize that this thing is basically a booby-trapped Iron Maiden, as it just kind of like grabs on, and then just begins like receding back into the alcove.
Stop
a short
molesting
thing.
my friend.
I have a thing because I don't want to like retcon it later. If the bridge is about to disappear and the door is still open, Zia and Gadri is still in the tower, Zia's gonna slip into the tower.
Okay. The chicken is trying to escape. Door is still open. The chicken is trying to escape. It is like trying to run out past you guys through the doorway. And the opacity level is probably at like 10%.
I'm gonna keep kicking that chicken back in. Whether it hurts the chicken or not, I don't care. That chicken's staying inside.
Alright.
And then after I boot it, I'm gonna make sure no one saw that.
I shouldn't be laughing
I'm gonna
this
make
hard.
an action check to make sure that chicken doesn't come near me again.
Oh my god, guys. Alright. We've gone from murder hobos to like animal cruelty.
Feathered
Okay.
people.
Alright. So Zir has slipped back into the door. In past the doorway into the tower. What are the rest of you guys doing? You have like seconds to decide whether you're gonna find out what happens on the outside of this tower or on the inside of this tower.
I think Caliban slipped inside.
Oh, Caliban's slipping inside with Zir. Okay.
I'll follow inside as well.
Yes.
Oh, Tor's going inside. All right, Zach and Brick. It's basically on to you guys now. What are you doing? Oh, and Zach, Brick, and Sylvie.
I guess as soon as I see Caliban walk in, I slide right on by.
Oh.
I've already crossed the bridge, so I'm just going to facepalm and head to the tavern.
No, I completely agree. I feel like Zach is in the complete right place. Just F these idiots, I'm out. I'll ask him what happens later.
Yeah.
I got a drinking date for the next 10 hours.
I'm
He
gonna
touched that
see
chicken.
if I can make any money gambling.
There you go.
He's gonna work for Kitten.
Brick, what about you?
I'm gonna stay outside,
Okay.
holding that door open with javelin.
Oh no, someone
And
left. Camera's broke. There we go.
I'm gonna make sure another javelin is in the doorway. So if I do fall, that the second javelin is gonna hold the door open, even if I fall. So it'll like be between the door and the wall.
Okay.
Yep.
So with that, Zach, you're gonna have to like book it to get over the bridge. Tor, yeah.
I crossed
just
the
gonna say-
bridge as soon as I saw that Rick held the door open.
Oh, okay. So you're just booking it back over the bridge as fast as you can. All right, Tor. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, well, he has the javelins from the standing inside the tower. I'll also just hold the door open with my hand as well.
Okay.
From the inside or the outside?
Yeah, no, standing inside, I'll hold the door while you also wedge it, so we see if it closes or not.
Okay, so
Okay.